Greetings and welcome. I'm PsychicMediumRoberto, and I truly hope you're doing well. I'm guided and led by Spirit. I believe the ether is available for today's reading as well. Trigger warning: the subject matter is of a mature nature and deals with, what are we going to do here? Alien creatures. Disclaimer: all cases, names, people are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. Disclaimer: if you are watching your numbers in comparison to what I'm saying, please, these numbers used in the case pertain to the case context specifically and may not bear resemblance to similar or same numbers you may have in your date of birth. And you may ask, well, you're talking about a particular number and I've got that number in my chart. Well, think of a number from 0 to 100. Within the number, there's a scale, 0 to 100. To the right and to the left, 0 to minus 100. It's where you as the individual makes the choices in your life that determine what your numbers are doing for you and how you can even harness your own numbers to better yourself going forward, for example. So there's a sliding scale for numbers. And in a lot of these heebie-jeebie shows and true crime stories, we tend to go a little bit hardcore negative, but I do try to be balanced and give the positive. Good news, folks, coming out of London side. Good news coming out of London side. Kate's made an appearance after the summer break with hubby, the Prince William, the future king. And they went to the Natural History Museum for a visit. She is a patron, so nothing weird about it so far. So we got Kate out. She's now legally blonde. Well, let's just say, is it highlights? Is it a tinge? Something to talk about other than the obvious? What do the numbers say? All right, so they got caught out in the rain, did they? All standing in the rain. The poor kids in the middle, not protected by one single umbrella, while the adults hold the umbrellas for themselves. We don't care about these kids. Why? Why are the kids around? One can say, well, you know, the kids are learning, they're on a school trip, blah, blah, fish cakes, right? There's something different or something about this situation involving children. And we know, and let me bring it up because it's part of it, we are currently approaching the harvest moon. I will just say disclaimer, I think we're going to head towards some not so good stuff here involving children, unfortunately. One can argue and say, yes, Roberto, you've been extreme. What a nice, lovely touch for a young couple or couple with their own children who, by the way, also started school the day before, yesterday. So I'm recording this September 4, so they would have been at the museum this morning. It is 4:30 in the afternoon, Central African time. That would make it approximately 10:30 East Coast, 6:30 West Coast. Just from a TV point of view, and I saw some footage from the sun, one would imagine that the children and the facilitators of the museum would have got permission from the parents to have the images photographed on television, on platforms, their identities shown visually. I'm sure the museum would have sorted all that paperwork out, permissions from all the parents when there's kids involved. Maybe it's different in the UK, I don't know, but kids' rights. Natural history, good choice. Speaks about, one can talk about biology, anatomies of different species. Hey, Kate. Alrighty, just to orientate you if you're watching the visual, I've done a 72-hour block, September the 3rd, September the 4th, September the 5th. On above that, I've got the energy flow numbers coming out of August that I've overlapped with the start in September, so we get I can get more read. And then I've done a 369 of the September the 3rd, September the 4th, and September the 5th. Now, for disclosure, September 4th, today, would have been sometime this morning or early, kind of late morning, into lunchtime maybe. September the 4th. So we got we got the 3 9s as mentioned in the previous. It's the norm. It's consistent throughout the month, so it wouldn't be registering as anomalous. In the middle, 13-4. Children number. Children number 13-4. No coincidence. There's evidence in the energy flow. Hidden 44-8, all by design. On the actual day, now 44-8 is in the +1, which would be September 5. On 0 day, September 4, in the energy flow, we have a hidden 43-7. 43-7, if you've been making notes, made to look like. It's even a staging number. We see even in the +1 in the energy flow, we have staging 26-8. All but a production in the middle, 17-8. Video recorded. All made to look like, so Kate, the bearded dragon, are exhibiting children. Look, September 5, day starts with a 5. Bullshit in the air. Bullshit in the air. 14-5, bit of lies. In the intention, if we look so far, September 4th doesn't register Kate, by the way. September 4 doesn't register Kate, by the way. She's evident and present, represented by 12-3, let's say for now, September the 3rd, which would have been Wednesday. Not necessarily September the 4th. Interesting. I haven't done much on this. I'm exploring it with you. I thought, let's explore it. I'm not going to spend 2 weeks meditating on this nonsense. But something is amiss again. September, so in the intention of the 4th, we have a 16-7. Now, if you want to compare biology while we're at the natural history, and this came up in the previous, one of the most recent readings about Kate, 16-7 is the shapeshifter. The shapeshifters. 16-7, if you want to keep it on the really real, is the movie, is the film, is the production, is the... Here's video evidence. Kate and Bearded Dragon are at the Natural Museum the day before, September the 3rd. We've got a 15-6. Remember, whenever fake Kate is around? Now keep it in mind, in the shop window it says 12-3 the day before, right? In the intention, we've got that 15-6. So why are the children? So 22-4, not much of a stretch of imagination. 22-4 natural history, one can say. It also says the plan. The plan. As planned, as scripted, as written, 13-4. Interesting, one thing I did notice before recording, September the 4th, that would be today. In the intention, the day begins with a 7. Very, very interesting. Why is it interesting? Well, when people are sacrificed, it is identified by the number 7. So why would there be a hint or I don't know, we'll have to get more confirmation, but confirmation that there's been a sacrifice here. 7. There's a message being sent here, and this is what I picked up. Unfortunately, I picked up a message around these children here. But let's see in the numbers. So what is the message being sent? The intention, 8, in the +1. In the +1, in the intention, starts with an 8, message. Message about, 17-8. I can feel Donald Trump going, 17-8. There's no 17-8s in London, is there? Message for the lizard, motherfuckers. 26-8. The words were deleted out my mouth as I was about to say it, and I'm being cautioned now. For the soft at heart, and I'm very soft at heart when it comes to children, we got problems here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you watched the previous episode on the moon, harvest moon, I realized after that recording I didn't speak about the children, and I had spoken about the children in the previous podcast, episode 35-8. Because there is definitely a theme of children here, obviously. Yes, we can say, yes, look, there's children there. But when you start adding other numbers, it becomes a little bit concerning. So revealed in the +9 on today, September 4, there's hidden 22-4, hidden confirmation, hidden agenda. And yes, unfortunately, and I'll try to bring you into it slowly, but it's not going to be good. I said 2 episodes ago, 31-4. What is the agenda? 31-4. Children. So already in the intention, on one hand, we get evidence of something is wrong with supposedly the person that's representing Kate, because through universe, quantum, through the numbers, it says that person is deceased via sacrifice 7. The -1, so in other words, September the 3rd, in the action, we find an 89. Murder. In the +6, September the 4th, +6, day starts with a 10-1. The group, the elite, the green lizards running around. Seemingly here in the action, it's all kind of pedestrian in that it's a thing to do, it's an operation. It reveals itself in the +6, +1 day in 11-2. There's something unlawful about what is going on here. Once again, when fake Kate is around, the 15-6, right? You'll recall starting from Wimbledon when she popped up out of God knows where and arrived center court that day. There was also a hidden 20 outcome to 11-2. Then at the crime scene and when we did those bigger charts with Kate, post the incident that caused the incident, I almost want to say incidents because I think there might have been someone else's. 29-11-2. Unfortunately, when there's treachery abound, 29-11-2 pops up its ugly head. It's amazing what the numbers reveal at any given time frame. I've just been drawn to attention here. You recall in the previous moon episode, I spoke about the 50 outcome 5. Here it is here. Hidden, the 50 outcome 5, and I'll explain why this is important. Hidden on September the 2nd, so that would have been this past Tuesday, right? We had a 50-50 outcome 5, demons, demon hordes, accompanied and starting with a 33-6. So where did I see the anomalous? The anomalous presents itself in the +6 the day before this situation with all these 9s. Something is wrong. In the +9, so we're going deeper, right? So +9 of September the 3rd. So here's Kate's numbers, 12-3, 12-3, 21-3. So hidden 21-3. We got a 30 outcome 3. These aren't really good numbers here. Maybe that clone didn't work out properly, so they had to quickly get the shapeshifter in, because the day actually starts with a 13-4. So I'm just going to say, and God alone knows what happens behind these doors, right? The situation that they're presenting, being at the museum, is not adding up to the numbers. The feeling that I had, or the hunch that I was given, why are they parading these kids? And we know we are a few days away from arguably one of the most strongest satanic rituals, September the 7th. Harry's also going to be in town. Remember, their hors d'oeuvres are very different to our hors d'oeuvres when we go to the shops. When I mentioned in the previous video, and sorry to keep saying that, but September the 2nd and 3rd, I mentioned there's some information leading up to this sequence of events, right? But I started here, September 4. For me, the main events and the serious stuff, if you like, starts 14/5. But what I did garner from the 2nd and the 3rd, let me go, I'm sure I've got that just somewhere. The 2nd and the 3rd, yeah. There's clear evidence in what I've experienced in life, and having spoken to some people, whether knowing or unknowing, that unfortunately, and this is going to get a bit heavy now, so put on your thick skins, the theory is they are producing their own children. Now I'm talking about the 17/8s. I'm talking about the 10/1s, those people. They produce their own children. I'm not saying Kate has 3 kids, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying they produce children. September the 4th, I won't go too dark. September the 4th, now we're going back to the original dates now, right? September the 4th. 4, in a military operation, we see a military exercise +6. Here's all your 19/10/1s, 28/10/1s. So 4 is an instruction. 4 is the instruction. Remember, in the +3, in the +1 day, we got the 8 as a message. So what has been instructed and messaged to everyone? 28/10/1 in the +6 at the time that they're there. Now, we're not fools. We know they love putting their shit right in our face. Oh, look, Kate. Kate is at the fucking Natural Museum, guys. Let's get there. And when everyone gets there, oh, no, they left like 2 minutes ago. Kate is visiting the Natural History Museum. The evolution of animals, humans, and food. So they love putting it in our face. Look, guys, look what's on the menu. Here is proof that the menu will be served. Four is an instruction about children, 13:4, based on a plan, an agenda, 22:4, 13:4:4. Foul as hell, with all these 5s, as foul as hell, demons, the 50 outcome 5. Look in the, if you're watching visually, I spoke about the 43:7 on the day before, hidden 42:6 and 51:6. Those are ghastly numbers to have around children. and families. Someone told me once, first person account, and we've seen these videos around, born and raised for purposes of 33.6. It's not a joke. It happens. It's happening and has happened. In the +3 of the 4, seeing numbers, bitty. September the 4th, that is today. In the intention, so we say, here's the children, 13.4, in the +3, 16.7. Commonly referred to as the sacrificial number. To appease, remember we spoke about these 10 ones, 10 ones, 10 ones in the moon episode. If you haven't watched it, they are appeasing the gods. Small G-O-D-S, small G-O-D-S. Here's the outcome here, +9, 31.4. It's visible, it's open. There's it there, 31.4. When things stop in the humans. Particularly also can highlight when things stop for children. In our faces. It is the season. We are approaching September the 7th, which is meant to be their big heebie-jeebie day. Of course, party and the invite say, please join us the afternoon before for sundowners. What is going to be for sundowners? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we invited Johnny and Susie to the party. And as mentioned, when you have these 17.8 and these satanic pigs around, all these eights is detrimental to the human body. There's it, yeah. So I believe something could go wrong here, actually. This is what I was trying to find earlier. So we've got the hidden 44.8, and I'm looking in the energy flow +1. So this would be September 5. So it means tonight, midnight. So tonight, midnight till tomorrow morning, sunrise, we have 3 nines. 3 nines. Now I'm looking in the energy flow, so there's definitely going to be a problem here. I'm not looking in September 3 nines. Yes, that's the September numbers. I'm looking at the extension of August. There's going to be a problem here. Not everything is going to go according to plan. We are dealing with innocent human beings in the main. Innocence. Allegedly. Caramel popcorn. I think the hair thing is a mere distraction. Let's talk about the hair and not what's actually going on. I don't believe that was Kate there. So there was a hidden portal opened. There's a hidden portal opened at the time they go to the museum. Oh no, the day before, beg your pardon. There's a portal sequence opens up midday, daytime, the day before. So who's popping in for tea? Who's popping in for tea? So to do a quick recap, I do not see any of Kate's numbers on September the 4th, but I do see her numbers, what would be her birthday numbers, on September the 3rd. But even within that, we have a double 21-3. Double 21-3. Something has been manipulated. Something has been manipulated, 21-3s. So we find evidence of a 15-6. There may have been a different person to come in to be Kate on this day, but something died while they were in preparation for today. Something on that level. Yeah. 13-4 at the start of today. And the night before, we see Kate numbers, something being manipulated, but there's also like an explosion. You know, movies about clones came out a long time ago, right? The engineering has been better than what it was, but there's still some issues. All right, so Kate went to visit the Natural Food Museum, and everyone was happy. What better way to start your summer job again? All right, ladies and gentlemen, another hoax show brought to you by the royal family. Oh, sorry, hold on, let's just delete that. The Royal Hoax Show brought to you by the Royal Lizard Show. Bye for now.